got a caller. Spate Radio, you in the building. Who's on the line? 862.
Yo, what up? What up? Oh.
Yo, I know that voice. That's Whoo Kid, right?
Of course, man. What's going on? Can I curse on the show? Or is it regular?
Yeah, you can curse. You can curse.
Get the fuck out of here. You could curse? Yo, I thought my show was the only show you could curse at.
Nah, you can curse on here too.
There is a God. I'm so happy to be Christian. Jesus fucking Christ. Merry fucking Christmas.
So what's up? Man? Are you in the States or are you out of town right now?
I'm in New York now. I'm finishing up a lot of edits and mixtapes, and I was hanging with Samantha Ronson, which is kind of cool. And then,
wow.
She was teaching me some DJ techniques. I'm not a real DJ, so I learned from like the ones that's making like 30, 40 grand per hour. So I'd rather have them teach me how to DJ. I don't want the regular DJ Bookaboo fucking teach me how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? So I learned from them.
So, I noticed that you was on tour recently and you recorded everything with your iPhone. Tell us about the tour a little bit.
Shout out to iPhone. They actually paid for a lot of like they thought they paid for my flights, but they paid for my crazy shopping sprees that I do because I love sneakers. So they, I use all that money to buy sneakers and my Louis hats and Gucci. But shout out to them. I took care of some hoes I know out there too with their money. But
wow.
What I did for them is I recorded from beginning to end, and it was like so many hours. But I just took like some of the best clips from just from my iPhone. I filmed like going to the club, going to eat, buying, visiting this, landmarks. It was like so. I went to the army. I went to like the army bases out there, hang with the troops. Like a lot of people in America, like those stars, they go out there. You'd be surprised. Like if you go to any army base overseas, they treat you like like you're Michael Jackson or something. Like I couldn't even walk around. Like it was amazing. Like I was using like their equipment, their facilities. Even banged a couple of army chicks. Like you'd be surprised, like how it's easy access. Like I love America. I felt like Don King, the DJ version, but it was just like you'd be surprised how they just treat you like royalty. Like you go there, bowl for free, eat for free, but they hate the fact that like people like Jay-Z and all these guys go there, but they don't visit the cool cats that really keep America the way it is. Because without them, even though they're out there, it's kind of fucked up because most of the time they don't know why they're there. They don't know that they're there because America's ripping off their country. But at the end of the day, safety is the generic reason, which is probably like the number third reason why they're there. Safety, that we are cherished, that we're having fun with here. Because if you go overseas, like you go to them, like I've been in like crazy countries, people are just getting killed and murdered, and there's no law. So imagine if America was like that. But I give them the respect and the fact that and then a lot of them are young, and a lot of their friends are dying, every day. But we don't promote that. We don't. But I go there, and then I go on there. They have a radio show that if you go on there, every army base overseas listens to. But a lot of these idiot rappers, and singers don't know that. Because they're scared of what they don't know. They think it's a war zone. Even though I performed in Iraq and I did see shooting and missile hitting the base and all that, I did witness that.
Wow.
But not everywhere is like that. Not everywhere is like that. But they have like so many resources and facilities. You'd be surprised, like the promo I got. Like, can you imagine like every army dude like listening to Whoo Kid CD or them just listening to my radio show? Because at the end of the day, it's just the president, the generals, and army dudes just talking on radio all day about everyday army life. And then the one day, like, anyone gets on and talks about something totally different, the whole army is tuning in. So it's just like, I don't know why people don't think about stuff like that. But anyway, I filmed, like, my experiences going through there. And then not to mention, you see the reality of, like, what I go through, like the sold-out clubs. I do clubs with like 3,000-4,000 people. where Rick Ross will have like 500 people in the club screaming balls. But I do have 3,000-4,000 people in these clubs. And then a lot of people think that, I just do hip-hop. I do techno, house, I do rock. There's a club that just does rock in Italy. And then they thought that I couldn't do it, and I cremated it. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to be versatile, and you really got to DJ for the people. And by watching that video, you see everything I go through. And I love eating. I love shopping. Women is a plus, even though I got a girlfriend in America. Yeah, but but once you cross over to the other countries, anything you have is annulled. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, can't get caught cheating out there unless it's video. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But other than that, you see like the groupies, you see like the rawness of like everything in that video, and then the random people I meet on the road, like Mike Tyson drunk in a restaurant.
Crazy.
That's classic footage right there. And that's how my fate got me to. There's one thing I believe in is this thing called fate, and a lot of these people on that video is, I have relationships with them now. And I never met Mike Tyson ever in my life, even though 50 Cent bought his house. I never really met him or spoke to him, but I had to wait till I go to Italy and catch him drunk in an Italian restaurant with, like, some famous opera singer. That's the only way I met him, and now we're, like, cool, even though he's, like, throwing pigeons everywhere. But me and him is, like, mad cool right now, you know what I'm saying? But I had to meet him out there. You can see all that in my video. And I have more, like Shaka Khan smoking weed. I got like all kinds of stuff that I didn't really put out yet, but there's going to be different episodes coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's a learning process when you watch those videos too, because you learn about the different countries, the type of music they like, what they eat.
Yeah.
So I try to show that, every time I go away. But a lot of people think that because they're DJing in their in their fucking local areas, like they're famous. Like if you go to like weird countries like if Kazakhstan know who you, they know your name, you go to Kazakhstan, and they know who it is or anybody else, then you're really doing it, because those are like ill countries that you'd be surprised that they book DJs. And the only people I really see out there when I tour or I miss would be like DJ Premier. I always see like Tony Touch in the European areas. Or you'd be surprised, like me and Will.i.am, we've been everywhere. I think only me and Will.i.am been in Kazakhstan. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And every time I talk to him, we always talk about the same thing. But there's DJs I be missing by like one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jam Master, Jazzy Jeff. I always miss him by one day. And one of the biggest guys that toured relentlessly, Fat Man Scoop. 20 years. Put your hands up, 20 years. And he's still like,
I didn't know that.
Top record out there. You'd be surprised.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
I also saw, you got so much stuff going on, man. I don't even know where to start. But number one is I saw an interview where you did, and you mentioned that 50 Cent partnered with you at Radio Planet. What exactly did you mean, like, as far as him partnering? Maybe you could explain that to the people a little bit.
Nah, what better person to have as a business partner in internet? This50.com gets like 30 million hits a month, and I needed his guidance and experience into acquiring, that massive viewership. So I had to team up with the boss. He's not only a good friend, but he's a trustworthy business partner. And then I gave him percentage of my Radio Planet, and then of course, being a good guy that he is, he gave me a nice little chunk of money where I bought a nice, new car with. He's a very nice guy. You know what I'm saying? And he has plenty of money to burn. He just got some crazy $200 million. I waited till he got that deal to ask him. Anyway. Once I saw that he had a $200 million deal, I was like, I heard through the because we tour so much that I have no choice but to listen to his business deals, because I'm always the one that got sit next to him on the plane, to brush off those fucking the fans that want to take photos, because 50 don't give a fuck about like we don't like private jets too tough, only like if we really have to be on one, but we try to avoid it because we had like horrible experiences on private jets, like crazy, like 40-minute turbulence and planes almost crashing. Then you got planes that's like being surrounded by terrorists and all kind. Private jets are just like too too much. I'd rather be on a fucking big jumbo joint in business class or first class and just sleep my ass off. Them private jets be too crazy, so I always got to sit next to him.
They're also expensive as hell. They're like $30,000 a trip or something like that, right?
Yeah, but we usually, yeah. I mean, they are, but we don't pay for that. Like the promoter, you know, whoever books them, they pay for the private jet. So they give them an option. But most of the time, we'd rather just be in a regular, you know, because, you know, 50 Cent's not like, you know, Jay-Z, you know, he think he's all that. He can't walk in the airport. 50 will walk to Starbucks and get a fucking lemonade or some shit, like, and then no security. But we don't give a fuck, you know, because the $1 million check is in the bank account, and he's good to knock out the concert and come back. It's not like we're not bougied out like that, you know what I'm saying? But we would rather like fucking like I'm always sitting next to him, so I got no choice but to listen to his business deals. And then out of like 2-3 months of hearing about this big movie thing he's about to do, you know, they're giving him money to do his own movie company, blah blah blah. I just waited until, you know, to pop that question. I just waited until once I heard the 200 mil was in, I was like, hey, by the way, I have a nice website that I've been developing for a year under your watch, and you big it up from time to time. You think it's hot. I know it's hot. You know what I'm saying? And
did you give him a drill pit?
and then I had to beg for the money in the fucking partnership. And after that, it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
But I don't see no one else that I would rather have a partner in anything that's to do with websites or internet shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he is the ideal candidate. And then we both have different forms of content. Most of my content is all original stuff, like comedy and Hollywood stars and you know, funny stuff. Like, you know, if you go to Radio Planet, it's all funny shit. Nothing. I don't care about man fucking dog in the ass, and I don't like the ignorant news. You know, that's like for them. You know, I feel like, you know, those ignorant news is for people that with their brains are so small, like they just be entertained by shit like that. I don't watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch people that's like incredibly famous, and then they're teaching me something. It's funny, and that's what you get from Radio Planet. Like, you learn about everybody that's out there that really don't get interviewed all the time.
Yeah.
And you be bugged out off of the shit they be saying. So that's why I created it. And not to mention, Radio Planet is not just for like just here. It's for like I'll interview like a big movie star from London or from Australia, sports stars. I mean, anything that's doing entertainment at a world level, you will catch there. Now I started this UK movement. I've been going to UK for like 5 years, and now I know about all their music, and now I open the doorways for them to like branch off where they showcase their music here. You know, shout out to Tiny Tempa, gigs, and all these. Now they're doing songs with artists, like, you know, Jay-Z's bigging them up. Diddy's always back and forth. I recently had Diddy on my show the other day. He knows I'm always overseas. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the respect. But, you know, Diddy's like the biggest artist out there when it comes to, like, redoing his music or collabos. But a lot of people, they be sleeping over here because you have a one-track mind, you're local, you don't travel, so why should they promote that here? Because you're not into that. But thank God for satellite radio, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get almost anything from my show. You know, so it becomes an exclusive spot where anybody can hang out, any music could be played. You know, like I had freaking Billy Ray Cyrus blasting country music up there, talk about feeding me a bed of rice. Like, I don't know if that sounds cool, but he's my homeboy now. You know, I don't know where the bed of rice. He'd be like, yo, I'm gonna give you some fish and a little bit of rice next time you come out here, boy. I was like, huh? Bed of rice.
You know, if his daughter's smoking that bong.
No.
They're trying to say it wasn't weed. We all know what was in that bong.
No. She gets the Obama clause, man, or should I say the Bill Clinton clause. She inhaled, but it didn't go in. You know what I mean? So she's a nice girl.
On a serious note, before I still got some other questions, but real quick, I know that you're Haitian, and I know that, you know, Cypher Sound said some stuff about women, and he got suspended. Do you have any? How do you feel about that whole Cypher Sound situation?
I mean, at first I was disgusted by the corny joke, but the thing that's crazy, me and him is friends for like the last like 10 years. Cause we've been on Hot the Hot 97 connection, blah blah blah, and then he actually called me, with all the chaos going on, and then I told him, I kind of understand like when you're on radio, you say things that you don't mean, cause only because I've known him for like good 10 years. And I know he don't have no racist shit in his body, but it's just like that comment was just a little too overboard. And then if you're begging for laughs, it's just not cool. Because the last time we had a situation in New York where Haitians couldn't donate blood, due to the fact they're saying AIDS originated from Haiti, and that Haitians got so enraged. I think it was during the David Dinkins. Mayor situation where 30,000 Haitians went to City Hall and shut that shit down. Like, they fucked everything up. That's not a cool thing where you put like a whole race is considered to like have AIDS as the origin. So even though people who are educated and not ignorant don't believe that comment, but then you got like 80% of ignorant people that when they hear the word Haitian, you don't want AIDS to be part of the connection because you heard it on the radio or you heard that that's a fact. Like they were saying, like, don't accept blood from Haitians because AIDS originated from Haiti, and that's fucked up. And Haitians went crazy. And Cypher Sounds should know that because he was here during that time. It was crazy. I remember I was on Hot 97. We were killing the scientists or whoever that came up with that ridiculous quote. So the only thing I could give him is there's a moment on radio where you say something, and if you're not pre-recording it, it goes out, and you can't bring it back. Because I'm the type of person, if I say, like, if I pre-record something and I say something really fucked up, at least I have the options to, like, this just sounds fucked up. I'm not going to say this. I'm not trying to hear, I'm not trying to hear, like, gay people coming up to my station with picket signs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on Sirius Radio, like, we say some fucked up shit, but we say shit, like, that's funny where it's like it's part of, like, society's, like, joke. If you make fun of gay people, the gays understand that joke. But you can't say, if you see a gay person, get a gun and shoot him in his face. Now you got a different situation here. You understand what I'm saying? So I told him that I'm not mad at him, but I told him that, if my mother heard that, like if she was in the car, she heard him say that fucked up joke, like my mother would probably cry or get pissed off. That's what I told her. I was like, that's like really foul when you say all Haitian women have AIDS. I passed my test because I don't fuck Haitian women. Like, you can't say that. So me being a joking person that I am, I understood what he was doing, and it's stupid, but I'm telling him, like, this is really that's a bad joke. Like, it's fucked up that he, I can't really talk for him because, I can't say I know him all the way, but me being in radio, I can understand, like, when you say something fucked up, it comes back. Like, even, like, recently, like, a couple months ago, I said, I was joking. My situation is a little different, but I was joking, and I was like, when I did the Tech 9, I announced I'm doing the Tech 9 mixtape, and then I was joking. I was dissing 50. I was dissing, like, myself. I dissed, like, some other people, and then I brought up, Tech 9's, fan base is white trash, where I used to say for the last 10 years Eminem's fan base is white trash. But when I said it about Tech 9, his fans, which are totally different and so loyal, they thought that I really was serious about that shit. But the blogger, whoever edited that interview, did not keep what I said prior, like all the joking and all the laughing. They just cut the part where I said Tech 9's fan base is trash. So nobody heard the whole thing all the way till that part. So they just assumed that, I really was serious. And then his fan base is a total parallel universe. You understand? Like, he has a fan base that is not on our level. Like, we are ignorant to his fan base. Like, he makes millions a year. Like, he tours nonstop, and he's been under our radar. He's big in that radar over there, but on our radar, he's not. That's why I couldn't understand, like, why are people, like, cursing me out? Because I said some fucked up shit on radio, and people know I'm an asshole. People know I'm an idiot. If you watch 50 Cent, like, episodes of touring, I'm the one that makes everybody funny. I'm the medium. Everybody wants to be gangster and killers, and Yayo wants to shoot you in your face. But I'm the one that brings them down to earth. And then that's what balances us out. Like, it's always G-Unit, me, 50, Banks, and Yayo. But I'm the only one that's allowable to be stupid. So I just find it so crazy that these fans really believe that I meant, like, white trash, where, even the last 10 years I've been saying it about Eminem and nobody says shit. But the fact that Tech Nine is a black artist, it was fucked up for me to say that. But it's fucked up altogether, like, to even believe that I would really think that, like, come on. The last 15, 20 people I asked about Tech Nine, they all say the same shit. So in my mind, if I'm about to tell a joke, that's the first thing that's gonna come up in my mind, because I don't know nothing else. I heard his music. I hear his music here and there, and I heard he be doing shit. I know Lil Wayne be sweating him and stuff like that. But it's like if before I do anything, I do my research. If I'm asking 15, 20 people about a certain artist, and they're saying all of them are saying the same thing, and I'm talking about professional, magazine, all kinds of people, and they all say the same thing. Well, his fan base is this group of people, so that's what's going to come up in my mind, and that's innocently what comes out of my mind, because that's the first thing I think of. I don't know nothing else. So everybody's thinking that, I'm fucked up, blah blah blah, and out of respect for Tech Nine, I was gonna stop the mixtape, but thank God 80% of his fans who were not ignorant knew that I was bullshitting. It was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they really want the CD to come out. Like, we did like an incredible CD. I teamed up with Travis Barker. I did some crazy like production for it. So out of respect for Tech Nine, I was gonna dead it, because I took the one thing I did is I took it upon myself, like, I said that if they don't believe that I'm a dickhead, then I'll just end it right there. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to support Tech Nine. I still like his music, because that's really what it's all about. I have respect for this artist, and it's my dream. It's my dream to do a mixtape with him. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So if a group of people believe that they think I'm really racist, or I really think that they're white trash, I mean, I don't understand like that. But my situation does not equal to what Cypher Sounds did. Like, Cypher Sounds, he generically fucked up the minds of, like, Haitian women, and not to mention every Haitian dude has it. We have Haitian mothers. So if that rumor gets around and my mother heard that, my mother would be pissed. My mother would probably cry. Some people are crying. He doesn't understand how fucked up the radio is. Like, you can't be on Hot 97, which 2-3 million people hear it. You can't say that. You can't say shit like that. I'd rather you say Haitians got to do voodoo, or we don't wear no shoes, which is like the basic shit that we've been hearing all our lives, and it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't say that, a group of people, because you pass your fucking STD test, because you don't fuck them. You don't fuck Haitian. It just sounds, it's ridiculous. And then I had a nice little chat with him, but, I wish him good luck, because Haitian people are notorious for catching you and throwing you in a tire and lighting oil and fire. I mean, you've seen it in Haiti. we don't play that. We don't play that shit. We really love our culture. We're really like, a powerful group, and we help each other in all facets, especially in the industry. Like I know every Haitian. Like, and there's a Haitian law, like, you don't fuck with another Haitian. You can't. Like, there's no hate. You know what I'm saying? And then like Shaw Money XL, all of us, like, Puff Daddy's a manager, from this guy, everybody out there that's Haitian, we secretly all talk to each other and really, like, take care of each other. So we're a group of people that we just can't allow that. Like, I go spaz out on Twitter right now, fuck Cypher Sounds, blah, 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 but I'm just disappointed in him, because I know him, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be ignorant, going crazy, spazzing. Everybody wants me to curse him out. I'm really mad at him, but you got to understand, when you're on radio and you say some fucked up shit, it's kind of hard to take it back. So he has a lot of sorry. He got a lot of sorrying to do for the next 2 months.
Well, I respect you for speaking out on that, because, a lot of ignorant people might put that those two together and put a face on AIDS and put it as Haitians as AIDS. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you for speaking out on that.
Yeah, because this world is fucked up. Like the bloggers, like technology, and then me, I can understand like what he's going through because I went through mad bullshit too. Like even on Twitter, I gotta watch what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like when I had the tour with 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Like I went on my Twitter. We were supposed to go to Brazil, so on my Twitter I was like, yo, I'm going to Brazil. I hear the food is good out there. And where should I go? What should I do? On my Twitter, I'm just asking my fans why I should pack or whatever. Everybody's like, yo, get condoms. There's bitches there. There's AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's AIDS there. It's crazy. So I'm like, holy shit. Like, and I went on my Twitter, and then I got like 200-300 like responses of people saying that, Brazil is fucked up. And I've been to Brazil before. I know it's like beautiful. And of course, there's beautiful women there. You got to watch what you do. But I on my Twitter, I wrote, I can't believe what I'm getting on Twitter. This is what everybody's telling me. So what I did is I retweeted what a lot of these fucking idiots are saying, which I will never do again for the rest of my life. I retweeted like what they saying, oh, watch yourself, get condoms, get condoms, get condoms. It's like over and over, get condoms, get condoms, get condoms, watch for AIDS, get condoms. So I retweeted what these idiots are saying. So Brazil, who is really big in Twitter, like they have one of the biggest Twitter markets as far as a foreign country. They started fucking taking my retweets from these idiots and assuming that I was saying it. There's already an English barrier because they speak Spanish.
Wow.
So it was already hard for me to even explain. Like for me, I was fighting with like so many Brazilians on Twitter. Like they were cursing me out. They want to kill me. Like why would I say that? And then literally the next day I'm on my flight to Brazil to do a fucking tour for 2 weeks. Why would I say Brazilians have AIDS?
Yeah.
So, but the English barrier came in effect where it was so bad that when I landed, I was on the CNN of Brazil, like the CNN of Brazil. DJ Whoo Kids, 50 Cent's DJ says we all have AIDS.
Wow.
Or all women are whores. And these are from retweets of people saying that. See, that's why, I didn't really spaz out on fucking, Cypher Sounds yet because I went through hell with that. Like, first of all, I'm 2 weeks in touring in Brazil, and everybody thinks that I said something that I never said. So you can imagine, like, in Brazil, they kill people there. They kill people every day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it's like I gotta worry about, like, people came up to me, this concert was incredible, but why did you say we have AIDS? I was like, huh? Like, I'm like, so it's like the news, the CNN of the news over there is saying one thing. I'm trying to go on Twitter, then I gotta battle this Spanish barrier. I'm back and forth and going in. Like, it was just a fucking horrendous nightmare that I was going through. I had to do my own press conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bullshit. And then even to this day, I get a little residual Brazilian dude that fuck you, who kid, in their language. Go fuck your mother, or fuck yourself in the ass and bleed, like, in their language. Like, you get that little residual of still the ignorance of people that just believe that I would say that literally before I leave, a day before I go to Brazil. Like, I don't want a death warrant. Like, I'm going to kill myself. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, so you got to understand why I can understand a little bit what Cypher Sound did, but Cypher Sound, that shit came out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then once you have audio, like, you see how bad it is on Twitter. So imagine, like, him saying that is like, it's a nightmare. Like, you can't say shit like that. So, so that's my experience. That's my experience with that. That's one of the reasons why you don't see me ODing, because I could. I'm the king of, like, killing people on radio. I'm the king of, like, annihilating. I'll diss shit out of anybody. But,
Yo, speaking of dissing, I see that you still be going in on Rick Ross on Twitter with the twit pics, and it's hilarious. But I got a question. what like, Vibe magazine put out a list, and they put him, like, in the top 5 of, like, hottest rappers. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I guess, you know what? You know what it is? I think Vibe magazine be partying at all these clubs, and then they see, like, the Rick Ross songs really be killing the club, so they just use him as one of the top dudes out there. And then, the reality is I'm not a hater. I see what his music really does to the clubs. You know what I'm saying? And then me and him, we had a great relationship in the beginning until, you know, him and 50 had the fucking argument. So, you know, you know where I'm going to be at. You know, I'm loyal to 50 Cent, so that's where I'm going to stay at. So, but my relationship with him was always a cool one. You know what I'm saying? Even Dickhead Khaled, like, I ain't got no hate for Khaled, you know what I'm saying? But he had problems with Yayo, you know, he disses us all the time, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, DJs are, like, we have a unique relationship, and I know, like, who really not to fuck with. Like, I will never fuck with Ja Rule. You know, I personally hate Fat Joe, too, so I would never fucking fuck with him. But all these, like, there's beef mediums that I always, like, analyze, you know, and then, I mean, you can even ask Rick Ross himself, because Rick Ross knows a lot of people that I know also. You know what I'm saying? He fucks with his whole pound. He fucks with a lot of cats, and he knows, like, you know, like, come on, like, Whoo Kid. You know, like, it's always been a joking thing between me and him in the beginning. And he's done records. He talked about me before. He disses me, and then we just go back and forth with it. But at the end of the day, everybody really knows where the beef really stands. Because he's been in New York a million times, and if there was real beef, he would have got shot the fuck up. So it's, I mean, honestly, like, it would have been other situations. This guy's been touring all over, going to Bronx, going here, going to Brooklyn, and, you know, and then we understand how serious the beef is. You know what I'm saying? So, well, like, one example is he shops at one store that I'm always at, Kid Robot. You know, he always goes there. So it's like he knows the same owner I know, and then the owner be like, yo, you know, because I went there to pick up my shit one day, and then the owner was like, yeah, you know, Rick Ross is coming here to pick up his package. I was like, oh, for real? And hurry the fuck up then. So I told him, hurry the fuck up and get my shit ready, right? So what I said, you know, he has a poster of Rick Ross in the basement of the Kid Robot store. You know what I'm saying? He has a poster down there. So what I did is I wrote on the poster, "Pow, Whoo Kid was here." So I told him that when he gets here, to show him this poster. So once Rick Ross got there, got his toys or whatever, I don't know why he was shopping there. He's fucking 500 pounds. He can't fit the tees. So he gets there. I'm assuming he's picking up. I'm assuming he's picking up gifts for his whatever little kids or something. I don't know, but he's probably picking gifts for them. I hope it must be very little. But he's picking up T-shirts or whatever for them. So he shows the owner what I did, and he starts laughing. He's like, oh, well, you know, this is nothing. Me and Whoo Kid, you know, it's bullshit. We just, like, going at each other. It's some funny shit. So it's like, you know, there's relationships with people that I have on this hip-hop shit, and then I know who to beef with and who to make fun of. And the game is also, is another one that's like that. But the beef got so bad that I really had to, like, separate myself with him. Like, he's a pure idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be in the middle. To try to balance it out between the bosses, him and Fifth, but then I got out permanently because he came from me. He came through my fucking, you know, me promoting him, putting him on CDs. Like, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be here today. Even in his first album, you see, you know, he talks about me, blah, blah, blah. He knows that I'm the, you know, his original source. So, but when the beef goes so far, you just got to know where to cross, you know, where to stop, you know, fucking with someone before it gets too ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, my loyalty is only to 50. Because without 50, I wouldn't be who I am today anyway. And I'm not gonna be on the game's shoulder, you know, leaning on him when he goes in on 50. Like, this is whack. Like, make up your mind. You want us to be back together, and you want the beef to be over, and all of a sudden you get back to dissing us again. That's why I never replied to all that. He coming back to me because, you know, getting back together. I mean, he's just crying broke, and you can't be that desperate. You can't be that desperate, yo. Fucking loser. I mean, the only thing that I'm really, like, kind of fucked up about is, you know, the Buck separation. But other than that, I'm good. And all these other guys could go to hell. I really, you know, I don't need to know them again. I'm good.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, that's crazy. Another subject I wanted to touch on real quick was M. M is your boss at Shade 45. Also, he just got nominated for like 10 Grammys, right?
Hell yeah, I'm not surprised. Shit, he's a man.
so I mean, what is it like working with M? Like one of the greatest, hip hop artists of all time. Does he have an ego? What is his personality like?
I mean, the difference between him he is like the coolest motherfucker. Period. Like he's like a young kid at heart. At the end of the day, he has this sense of like nothing has value to him. Obviously he has so much money, he doesn't think like that. He's very humble, and even for you to know him, you have to pass that trust system to get to that level. Like, he's not going to talk to you. Yeah. Simple as that. So the fact that, like, one of my dreams is always, like, to know him. I had, like, 5 top people that I wanted to be cool with, and it's just amazing. Like, M is like my boy, like Snoop Dogg is my boy. Like Dr. Dre is, like, super cool. Like, I got video with Dr. Dre, but it's, like, personal to me. It's, like, you got to understand there's different relationships with everybody that's out there. You got a cat like Snoop who don't care about video being out, blah, blah, blah. But, I got video with M, but it's, like, it's my shit. It's, like, my own personal stuff. Our own little experiences, and, nobody, I mean, these are, like, unique people that, just like when I met Michael Jackson, that's a unique experience. Like, nobody fucking needs to know except me. I'll tell you what I want to tell you, but there's a lot of shit that, I don't think you don't need to know, only me. And then and my close family members, because you got to understand that whole, like, Shady and G-Unit and all that, that's all, like, a very, like, closely knit, like, group here. Like, it's like a family, and we don't really, you don't fuck with nobody else. And we don't need any more friends. We don't need no more friends. Like, who cares? Like, the industry is a bunch of liars and bullshitters, and it's already shitty as it is. We don't need any more shit in the toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We're good. But the fact that, I've had a lot of wild stories with him. I mean, touring and, crazy shit. But, I don't know, man. He's just a fun dude, man. A lot of people think he's fucking Dutch, but he's really fun, man. Like, you'd be surprised how he parties. He's a party animal. He going crazy, yo.
Wow.
But, I mean, it's an experience you got to go through. You can't even talk about it. You got to, like, witness it and go through it. And it's unfortunate, like, not a lot of people know Eminem. But, I know him to a good 70% extent, where I'm satisfied for what I know. And from what I know, he's a humble dude, very talented. He's all about hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Always in the studio, always doing his shit. I mean, he lives, breathes, probably fucks hip-hop, too. Probably fuck his own fucking verse. That's it. He don't care about nothing else. We be having Lamborghinis, and, black people are so stupid. Like, we'll waste money on Lambos and all this stupid shit, and he got, like, a regular fucking car. Don't give a fuck. That's what I like about him. He's still in Detroit. He don't need to be going to no L.A., trying to show off and all this bullshit. He's still in fucking Detroit. And how many people cancels, like $100 million tour for their daughter? Like, I'll be like, man, I would have told my daughter to get out of here. Like, this guy's a family man, and he's very private. And then and then that's as much as I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Very private dude.
Okay. All right, so we're running out of time, but one last thing I wanted to touch on. I know that Soulja Boy has a close relationship with 50. How did you feel? How did you feel about the him selling 13,000 copies his first week? Do you think he can come back from that?
I mean, I don't see why not. He runs the internet, and then even on his last sales, he was low, and then out of all the works and remixes and videos, the sales caught up. So let's see what happens this year. I mean, it's not like he's out of the game. I mean, I be seeing drug dealers dance to his records, man. Like gangster dudes. I be seeing drug cats, yo. So he's definitely, come on, man. Everybody's been on his songs. Lil Wayne. I mean, come on. He's 50s on his right. Everybody loves Soulja Boy. This whole shit out here is just too crazy. This music bullshit, you know? So, it's all gravy.
All right.
Soulja Boy got money, man. It's all good.
Yeah, but we definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your crazy, busy schedule to give us a holler. And you're welcome to call in anytime and give us the update on where you at. And I know you be all over the world and everything. Maybe you could call us from the UK or something like that.
All right, maybe from Cat Stack's bathroom. I don't know. Maybe I'll call you from there.
Oh wow!
Scratching the bumps off my nuts sack. Cause she's dirty. I'll call you from some wild country next time. I'll go to Morocco on the 30th. I'll call you from Morocco. But you guys gotta pay the bill though.
And I have a good friend that you probably know really well, Paul Boyer. He was the president of G-Unit Clothing. He's a really good friend of mine.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. Get out of here. Oh shit, yeah.
He's cool. A very good friend of mine. I speak to Paul all the time, man.
Well, I told him, I said, what's up, man? Well, he should have brought them G-Unit tees back, you know what I mean? Fucking cheapos. Shout out to the whole world. Shout out to everybody out there. Enjoy RadioPlan.tv. Shout out to Chris.com. They're my sponsors in this clothing fashion world. And shout out to you guys, man, for having me, give y'all 10% of my stupidity for this enjoyous